Berman and Pollinger, separately and together, are dynamic no matter how you slice it. With their demanding schedule, I was fortunate enough to be scheduled into their highly sought-after calendar to interview for my blogazine, The Contour of Luxury. Read on and view our interview and learn more about these two luxury market experts. Well, thank you, Jennifer and Chris, for being with me today. I'm so excited to speak with both of you. You've got some really exciting things going on, and I'm so happy that you're going to share them with me and my audience. And so let's just get right to it. So, Jennifer, I know that you are, a real estate mogul. You've been with Hilton and Highland for some years, and up in the decision-making positions. And Chris, I know that you're a big real estate powerhouse and businessman on your own. So let me just be quiet and let you tell me a little bit about each of you, and then we'll get to the questions. So Jennifer, if you'd like to give us a little background on yourself.
I've been speaking in the real estate industry for over 20 years now. I had the last place where you were just talking about, the Hilton and Highland. I had the honor and privilege of working for Rick Hilton and Jeff Highland in Beverly Hills as their general manager for about 2 years. So I've been working with the firm for many, many years. As now, kind of like Switzerland in the real estate industry, I work with all the different firms. So we're not just locked down to one firm at all. And Chris Pollinger and I, we started our own company called Berman and Pollinger, and we do a variety of different things within the real estate space. We do focus on everything luxury. We are known as the global luxury consultants worldwide as well. And Chris, I'll let you kind of explain a little bit of what the different things we do.
Yeah, a little bit about my background. I've been in real estate for 25 years and have run 3 of the top 10 largest companies in the country. So together we've created this incredible team that we've worked together now for a number of years and started doing consulting. Jennifer is the one with the $1 trillion database, and so when we find projects or when different either developers, real estate companies, large real estate teams want to develop those and they really need to tap into a much larger global audience, they look to Jennifer and I to help them with that.
This is really exciting. So let me just ask you a few questions. I've mentioned the fact that you've already just explained your background. So where else does your expertise lie outside of real estate? I know you've got some projects going on, so can you give us a little sneak peek into what's going on? I know you have a show coming up, so maybe if you can give us a little sneak peek.
We have a couple of very exciting things going on, Alexis. One, very honored and blessed to be a part of a cast for a show that's going to air on CNBC next year. Will be one of the largest luxury real estate shows that has ever hit the media. So we're excited about that. We're going to help and consult for people to get their luxury homes sold that have been on the market for way too long and have transferred to the hands of different real estate companies and agents. And we come in and we really figure out how to get the luxury homes sold. So we're very excited about that. That will air in 2019. And Chris, I'll let you explain the most exciting adventure that we have right now that is a little bit different than the real estate industry. It's more for hedge funds and Wall Street.
Would love to hear.
Yeah, so our consulting kind of led us to some very interesting relationships, and one of those interesting relationships is in the fintech industry. So the financial technology industry, working with one of the creators of the Case-Shiller Index, so he's one of our partners in a project that we're doing that really is going to revolutionize the mortgage space. And so how people do things with their houses, it allows a homeowner to take out a piece of their equity and cash it out without any due date, without any foreclosure risk, without any payments associated with it in the future. And so it really changes the game on being able to allow some liquidity. Because a lot of people in the luxury space are sitting on a lot of equity in their house. They really can't do anything with it. This would allow them to continue to use their house just like they've always used it, but also be able to take that liquidity out and use it for any type of spending that they would like to, whether they'd like to do some investing, whether they want to invest in business, or whether they want to invest in additional properties, whatever they'd like to do with it, it's up to their discretion.
Well, that sounds like a real game changer.
It's going to be very disruptive within the real estate industry. There's trillions of dollars that are tied up in the housing market, where homeowners today cannot pull out equity out of their own home. God forbid you get sick. God forbid, you have children that need to go to college. Instead of downsizing, you no longer have to do that. You can pull out what we call is a hippo on the property. What's beautiful about it as well is if I can only afford a $900,000 home, but I'm dying to get in that $1.2 million home. I can actually get into that $1.2 million home now, paying a $900,000 mortgage and take out the hippo for the additional amount. Also 1031 exchange, extremely exciting because it is real estate. You can transfer it instead of just going in and transferring into one property for a 1031 exchange. You may be able to buy 5 different homes or properties with a 1031 exchange with the hippos. So we are so excited to be able to bring this into the housing industry and to the consumers today, and not have to worry about being foreclosed on your home, the FICO scores, pulling out a second mortgage on your property. All of those are relevant factors now with the hippo that we will be releasing first to have the breaking story on this.
Thank you so much. I'm feeling honored. I am honored. Thank you. I do know that you have a couple of other things going on. You guys are quite busy. You're also working with other luxury realtors. So can you give us a little bit of information about that?
Sure. So what we focus on is we really build the celebrity real estate agent teams. And we're very blessed to be able to be a part of, the $1 million listing franchises, where we have several of the teams, that are with the franchise that we consult for. Most recently as well, we have another agent that is on different news stations, and we built his team up from about 7 real estate agents, and now they have 60 real estate agents. So we really know how to go in and build you from A to Z on your company. And that's where the power of Chris and I really become very powerful. I'm very good with, being kind of like the mama bear and building up the agents and the teams, really within whatever industry that we're dealing with. And Chris, you're the guru that comes in with the financials and the operational and the structure of it all to keep us all in line.
I'm the profit-driven guy, right?
Well, that's the one that everyone wants to know about.
At the end of the day, it's about making more money, but also we make more money because Jen is so brilliant what she does in positioning and the media side and the training side, and really energizing the different teams to doing something completely different. So she gets them incredibly excited, helps position them, media and otherwise, and I help them clean up their back ends and make sure that everything can keep up and service levels are there, and also profitability.
You like the fixer.
Yeah.
The cleaner.
We do a lot of cleanup.
And what we do is a little different as well in terms of, we both have come from a tech side as well. So we don't just stick with real estate teams or companies. And what I mean by that is, I was actually the only worldwide ambassador for a company called QY.com. It's the #1 real estate portal in the world for the Chinese. I was honored by the guys who created the company in order to be their worldwide ambassador. They would run into me as an international real estate speaker all around the world, and finally one day said, you have to represent our firm. So we helped the Chinese over the past 17 years get into 89 countries and buy real estate. A couple of years ago, we decided that the Chinese were spending 4 times more on travel than they were on real estate. At that time, we started another company that we rolled out in Australia for a travel app that we've launched called UI, that I'm a co-founder of. So with that, we've been able to secure a $1 trillion database of the most wealthiest, Chinese as well. Just being around and being at speaking events and being around China for as long as we have. So we've been very fortunate and blessed to meet a lot of the Chinese wealthy and stay in contact with them. And so on a tech side, we are also doing different things on that as well. So we transcend at Berman and Pollinger to anything luxury, anything global wide as well.
It's so impressive. I don't even know, does anyone else have a $1 trillion database?
No, I don't think so.
You guys are quite you're like the team to beat.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Let's go back a little bit to talk about the real estate teams that you work with.
Sure.
So how does one, if there's a dynamic real estate team, they want to be part of your team or your training process, or whatever basically the mentoring, it sounds like it is a little bit. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but how would one be in touch with you?
It is mentoring to an extent. We're building. If anybody wants to build a team, then they have to reach out. We do an assessment. Typically what we like to do is we like to fly up and see somebody. We want to see people, touch and smell and understand and look you in the eyes. We will never be a consulting firm to where we just want to talk to you on the phone. In that capacity, we want to meet you. And once we get to know you, then we're able to really assess, maybe we have the right person in the wrong position. Maybe it's the wrong position for the right person. So we really take it down, all financials, everything culturally, and we build. So people come to our website or they call us directly, and that's how they retain us.
And one of the things that's really unique about us is that we custom tailor every one of our clients. So we don't try and make the clients fit into a mold that we've created. We try and figure out what's the best place for them to be to exploit where they are in the marketplace and where their opportunities are, and create systems and places where we can help them be them best. And that's one of the things that's really unique about us, because nobody else is doing that. Everybody else is trying to make them somebody else. We want to celebrate who they are and help them find their pedestal and help them, have some spotlight and help them be them and be the best them they can be.
Chris, it's such an important point that you just made. All other consulting firms, they have their way that they do things and their training styles. We absolutely do not operate that way. It is completely operational upon trying to understand who you are, what your goals are, and make it specific for you. Hence why we need to fly and talk to you and be there with you.
And so is that U.S. based only, or is it global?
No, absolutely global. Because of the extent that I've had worldwide with dealing with Christie's International Real Estate, so many different luxury real estate firms, I've had the unique opportunity to do real estate all over the world. We currently have $100 million worth of islands in Panama right now. We represent some of the largest developers in the world. So we deal with all countries. So absolutely not. We consult for developers. We have different ties with connections that people wouldn't even know existed on the planet. So that's really what is significantly different about us.
Wow. Like I said, the powerhouse team. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I know my viewers are going to learn so much from the information that you've shared today. So thank you again.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
very much.
Alexis.